Hello children, welcome to the class. In previous class we have started Geography chapter 3, Our Changing Earth. In the introductory part you learn about that why does lithospheric plate moves. There are two forces acted on the earth surface, endogenic force and exogenic force. And due to this endogenic force you watch that video also, that how volcano erupt, what are the reasons for volcano. Similarly, earthquake is also example. We can say an example of sudden force acted on the earth. So let us see. Today we will focus on the earthquake, meaning, reasons, and some preparedness for the earth. Okay. Similarly, when the lithospheric plate moves, the surface of the earth vibrates. The vibration can travel all around the earth. These vibrations are called earthquake. Right? You can underline this definition. Earthquake is nothing but a vibration. Right? When the lithospheric plate move from here, when the lithospheric plate move, the surface of the earth vibrates, and this vibration can travel all around the earth, and this vibration is also is only known as earthquake. The place in the crust where the movement start, right? Yes, because this started from a lithospheric plate, so the place in the crust where this movement start, because there is always a point from this on the earth crust from which this movement start, that point is called starting point or focus. The place on the surface above the focus is called the epicenter. Right? So from that lithospheric plate, that point is known as focus, and above that point is known as epicenter. You must have heard about that earthquake occurred, and that epicenter was this place. Epicenter was Rajkot. Epicenter was Bhuj. Right? So that place is the main center. From that, below that focus is there. From that, this movement started. Vibrations travel outwards from the epicenter as waves, right? So when this started, when from this focus that vibration started, it started outwards, and from that epicenter as a wave. Greatest damage is usually closest to the epicenter, obviously, because that epicenter, that vibration would be more, right? So greatest damage is usually closer to the epicenter, and the strength of the earthquake decreases away from the center. As the places will be away from this epicenter, that strength will be less, and obviously damage will be less. Here you can see, this is the piece of earth crust. You can see here, let it be clear. Here you can see, this is your textbook picture only, figure 3.3, origin of an earthquake. Now it is getting clear, so you can get it. This is the here focus. Focus is where the earthquake occurs. It is the origin of the seismic energy. From this point, that focus, from that seismic energy origin started, and then it get the form of earthquake. Above it you can see here, above the focus it is a epicenter on the earth crust, and then this vibration is all around the earth, right? Because earth continuously move in a circular, so you can see this vibration is also in a circular form. This is a plate boundaries. Seismic waves radiate out in all the direction. So this is the diagram of we can say seismic waves or epicenter, right? Earthquake diagram is nothing a particular earthquake, and it is a particular diagram like you saw here in volcano. But here you can see, we can say this is a diagram of that seismic waves or epicenter. Here in, see, they have also given title of origin of an earthquake, how earthquake start from this epicenter. Okay, so again I am telling, earthquake is a movement of earth vibration. Vibration can travel all around the world, and this vibration of this lithospheric plate is called earthquake. And the place in the crust where this movement starts is called focus. Above the focus, and it focus is inside the earth, and above it on the earth crust, that is called epicenter. Now earthquake, volcano, these all are all of a sudden. We cannot predict it. Although earthquake cannot be predicted, the impact can certainly be minimized if we prepared beforehand. Right? So the most important thing, when the places which experience this type of earthquake, the people, those who are living nearby area, they should be trained. They should prepare themselves to minimize the losses, damage. Some common earthquake prediction methods adopted locally by people include studying animal behavior. Right? Animals are more sensitive. Fish, cow, dogs. So if any this type of changes is about to occur, then they get sensitive. They are so having that sensory organs, right? So they easily sense that and they can start reacting. So we should know that studying animal behavior. Fish in the pond started getting agitated. Snake comes out of, because snakes are direct contact with the earth, right? So they comes out of their holes. So these are the signs when something would be there. Here they have given one incident. Earthquake. Most dangerous, deadly earthquake occurred in Bhuj in 2001 on 26 January. Epicenter was Bhuj. No doubt Rajkot. In Rajkot also we experienced, Ahmedabad, Baroda, all the cities in Gujarat they experience. But most dangerously affected Bhuj. Total most of the villages are totally merged in the earth. Schools were worstly affected. CMs appealed to the center. So these are the incident news cuttings of that incident of 2001. Now some preparedness points that you have to keep in mind. Where to take shelter during the earthquake, right? No doubt for this earthquake related video you will see that some preparedness also, some points you have to keep in mind, and along with that you will notice, you will observe that how earthquake occurred in most dangerous areas where earthquakes are prone area, we can say that earthquake prone area. Okay, so some preparedness, safe spot. Suppose that you are at home, so under a kitchen counter, table or desk, against an inside or corner of that wall, you can stand and you can save yourself. Stay away from fireplaces, because when this type of earthquake occur, that there are always chances of fire. So fireplaces, areas around chimneys, windows that shatter, including mirrors, picture frames. So you have to stay away from this type of areas. Be prepared, spread awareness amongst your friends, families, why you are learning this, because at this age you are capable to know about earthquake, and you can learn also how to prepare ourselves to safe in such condition. So spread awareness, get education, how to be safe in such condition, because we cannot predict, like rain, like summer, like other thing, we cannot predict that tomorrow earthquake will come at this time. All of a sudden anytime it can occur. So we have to mentally prepare ourselves that if such conditions happen, then how can we and our family can be safe, and with minimum destruction we can save our properties also, right? Here along with this, here this is also informative things given in the blue box. An earthquake is a measure with machine called seismograph. The magnitude of the earthquake is measured on the Richter scale. An earthquake of 2 or less can be felt only a little, because it is very minimum. An earthquake over 5 magnitude can cause damage from things falling. A 6 or a higher magnitude is considered very strong, and 7 is classified as a major earthquake. And here you must have noticed that when in 2001 that earthquake occurred at Bhuj was epicenter. Its magnitude was 6.9, means around 7. It is considered as a major earthquake and it brought loads of destruction. Many villages, many buildings collapsed, many villages were vanished, right? So many now after all these 19 years, totally new Bhuj is constructed, new towns were constructed, many buildings were also constructed. But when people faced it time, right, it was very deadly, dangerous earthquake we Gujarat people face. Right, so this was how two things you learn in this chapter about the sudden force of earth movement due to endogenic force. Sudden force include landslides also, that you will learn in next year. This time you learn about earthquake and volcano. Now another topic is related to exogenic forces, different landforms or major form created through the different movements of the river, wind, water, that you will learn in next class. Okay students, hope today's topic is clear. Now watch this video related to earthquakes so you will get more information about earthquake and why it is and how it occurs. Keep learning student, be safe, secure yourself.
What just happened? Did we just experience an earthquake? But why does this happen and what exactly is an earthquake? Earthquakes are caused by the release of energy that generate waves which travel in all directions, causing the shaking of Earth's surface. What exactly is this energy? What waves? What's shaking of Earth's surface? This is so complicated. Well, calm down. Let me explain everything in a simple and detailed manner. Earth is not just one piece. It is made up of jigsaw puzzles of around 19 to 20 pieces, which are called as tectonic plates. These plates are placed on a hot, partially molten layer of Earth's mantle. This is the reason why these pieces are continuously moving. They are moving as you are watching this video. These plates move around 1 to 10 centimeter each year. But don't worry, not all these movements can be felt by us. Sometimes these movements are extremely strong and can be felt like a lot of vibrations under your feet. Or it can also destroy an entire city. That's called an earthquake. The earthquakes occurs in the lithosphere region of the earth. An earthquake generates underneath the earth and this releases the energy across. The point at which the earthquake occurs under the earth is called hypocenter, and the exact place above it at the surface of the earth is called epicenter. The most horrifying earthquake recorded till date was of magnitude 9.5 out of 10. This happened in Valdivia in southern Chile in 1960. Another one that happened in Japan in Tohoku region was of magnitude of 9.0, which happened on March 11, 2011. This earthquake caused massive and enormous damage and destruction and took nearly 16,000 people's life with him. Geologists use a device that can sense the waves created by the movement of the tectonic plates. These waves are known as seismic waves and the device is called as seismograph. The earthquake events are scaled according to magnitude of the shock and are known as Richter scale. This magnitude relates to energy released during the earthquake. Magnitude is expressed in absolute number 0 to 10, where 0 is lowest, where people feel nothing, and 10 being the highest that can create severe destruction and loss of life over a large. In order to know more about earthquake, let's jump to the simulator. We can see on the screen is the inner core of the earth, and then we have outer core, mantle and crust. The inner core, as the name suggests, is the innermost layer or the central layer of earth. It is like a solid spherical ball in nature with a radius of 1250 kilometers. The temperature of Earth's core ranges between 4500 to 5500 degrees Celsius, facing a pressure of 300 to 360 gigapascals. Next is outer core. It is of about 2200 kilometer thickness and has a temperature similar to inner core, that is of 4500 to 5500 degrees Celsius. Then we have the mantle layer, which is the semi-solid state of about 2900 kilometer thickness. This layer makes around 84% of Earth's total volume. And the last layer is the crust, which is like an apple skin when compared to other layers. Runs from 0 to 70 kilometers in thickness, which is specifically 8 kilometers under sea to 32 kilometers under continents, and this is only 1% of the Earth's total mass. Now we can see that there's a grayish white dot. Let's click on that. We can see a small town. When we see this in the street view, and then when we click on layers view, we can see Earth's layer. The grayish in color is called as crust, and the one in reddish color is called as mantle. On the left hand corner side, we can see we have a small box that says earthquake magnitude on Richter scale with 3 buttons that shows the magnitude of the earthquake. If the intensity is between 0 to 2, it can be barely sensed. When the intensity is more than 2 and less than 4, we can feel minor vibrations and sense it a little. From 4 to 4.9, it is considered as small or a light earthquake. Range from 5 to 5.9 are considered moderate earthquakes, and from the range 6 to 6.9 are considered as strong earthquakes. In some time, we will see how much damage these magnitudes can do. And anything above 7 is considered as major earthquakes, which can destroy cities and continents. These readings are recorded on a seismograph. Now, let's hit the 4 to 4.9 magnitude to see how this earthquake happens. We can see the earthquake starts from a point called a hypocenter inside the earth. During an earthquake, 2 types of waves are formed. One is called body waves and the other are called as surface waves. Let's see what are called as body waves. Body waves are the waves that move through the interior of the earth and through the body of the earth, and hence the name. When these body waves move, these waves come across the surface rocks and generate the surface waves. Let's see in detail about these body waves and surface waves. From this point, that is hypocenter, waves are released. These waves are called primary waves or P waves. Now, what are these P waves? P waves are seismic waves that shakes the ground back and forth in the same direction and the opposite direction as the direction of the wave is moving, which is similar to the movement of the sound waves. This is how a P wave looks like. These P waves are the first to be recorded on a seismograph. Now, after a fraction of a second when these P waves hit the rocks, closer to the surface gives rise to a new set of waves, the S waves, or called as secondary waves. These waves are towards the earth crust, and these are tremors and vibrations that we feel. S waves are the wave motion in a solid medium where the medium moves perpendicular to the direction of the wave. After the P wave, these S waves are recorded on a seismograph. Now these S waves hits the surface and starts the earthquake. The point at which the earthquake originates on the surface is called an epicenter. After the P and S waves comes the surface waves, which are the most destructive waves as they cause the movement or the displacement of the rocks, which leads to falling of structures and causing harm to life. Let's once again see the formation of P and S waves. We can see that an earthquake of this magnitude, that is between 4 to 4.9, causes the damage to nearby small houses, but the buildings are okay. Let's see what happens when the magnitude is between 5 to 5.9. Let's reset and then hit the button. Whoa, that's quite some damage. The small houses are shattered and the buildings also have cracks. We can also see that the road is also cracked now. One more thing to notice is that the higher the magnitude, the closer the hypocenter is to the epicenter. Notice this when we move to 6 to 6.9 magnitude. The damage is enormous. Buildings are almost broken, roads are cracked, and small houses are collapsed. Earthquakes can really be extremely damaging natural calamity. If this is the case when magnitude is limited to 7, imagine how 9 and 9.5 might even look. Since these are quite commonly occurring magnitudes, we have studied them in this simulation. It is extremely difficult to predict an earthquake based on a seismograph, which is also known as seismometer. But even our smartphones can now detect these seismic waves, and scientists can use this data to predict earthquake and warn people. NASA can use this information in the QuakeSim software, which can use this data to generate more efficient information. Recent studies showed that before an earthquake, nearby regions record very high concentrations of radioactive pair, radon and thoron. This happens because right before the earthquake, these gases are released on the surface from small cracks, and if we can detect these gases, we can predict a quake at least 7 days in advance. Well, here are some tips that can save you in case of an earthquake. Till then, keep yourself safe and see you in the next session. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this session. This session is based on an interactive 3D simulation called Scholar, developed by Escabel. Visit www